So, Dr. McMahon, you've been using the word gene. A lot of us know what that is, but for our audience, would you please give us some definitions of what is a gene? What does a gene do?
Sure. A gene is one of the units of inheritance. We look somewhat like our parents and our brothers and sisters because we inherit from our parents these units of inheritance that themselves encode our underlying biology. Now we know that some genetic conditions have a strong genetic influence, so that if you inherit a mutation or a defect in that gene from one of your parents, then you're very likely to develop the condition yourself. Conditions like cystic fibrosis, Huntington's disease, and sickle cell anemia are good examples of that. When we're talking about psychiatric illnesses, and in fact most of the common illnesses, including diabetes, heart disease, and strokes, we're not talking about those kinds of strong genetic risk factors, but rather weaker genetic influences. They're not so weak that we can't identify them, and they're not so weak that they're not important, but they are much weaker than we see in the conditions that I mentioned earlier. Now, we're also learning that the traditional definition of a gene as a unit of inheritance that encodes a protein is now actually being broadened to include other kinds of molecules that actually regulate the way in which genes are turned on and off during development and also in response to life experiences. This may be particularly important for psychiatric illnesses where we know that life experiences and day-to-day occurrences can be very important in triggering the illness in people who are susceptible.